The following is a presentation of the Nerd Complex Podcast Network.
You are listening to Audio Suplex Live.
This is it.
We made it.
This is it. Brand new everything.
What's going on in the bottom right corner of the screen?
Look
right
at this. This is the 21st century, ladies and gentlemen.
The logo is moving.
We have the technology. We have it. Like
I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like that.
When Corey and I first started the podcast, I told Corey, like, only a fool would try to start a wrestling podcast in 2017 because, like, I always make the joke when I tell people about it. I'm like, yeah, just like every wrestling fan, we have a podcast. Like, because there's a saturation in the market. But I kid you not.
Wait. You have a podcast?
Yeah, have you heard? It's great. It's fantastic. We have a little logo thing in the corner of the screen. That is so sick. Oh, it's moving. Oh my God, I love it. I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
That's so sick. So welcome to our new home. Audio Suplex Live is now on Sunday afternoons for your listening pleasure. Hopefully you guys are like cleaning the house or, you know, doing some cool stuff around the house while you're listening to us talk about wrestling.
Yeah.
Like we always do at this time.
Yeah, Sunday's a good day to talk about wrestling.
Yeah. With Thursdays, you know, we love Thursdays. Thursdays are good days, but Sunday is for the boys.
Don't they have, isn't Impact on Thursdays?
Yeah.
I'm going to be able to watch that now.
Yeah, congratulations. I'm very excited for you.
Global Force Wrestling.
Hey, man. They're making moves. We all joke about it all the time, but they're making moves.
Johnny Muno's going to be on there.
Yeah, they just signed up the Chris.
Yeah, and Rey Mysterio might be on GFS.
So, but we're not here to talk about what's going on in Global Force Wrestling this week. We're here to talk about Audio Suplex Live and all that we're doing this week. We have a lot going on. We have a guest in the studio with us today, Mr. Louie Perez. Say what's up.
Hey, how's it going? How you guys feeling?
Great. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Just came back from XI yesterday, so
okay.
Nice. Kind of got to sleep in and came over here. Shit traffic.
Yeah. That's my story. Like coming up to the studio every day, there's like a main road for those not familiar with Toledo that like literally just comes up to the studio, and I live like all the way on the other side of that road, but just like in town, and it's just a pain in the ass getting up here every day. Like
I live downtown, bro.
Yeah, you live in like the worst situation trying to get over here,
especially because they closed Monroe.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just a pain in the dick.
Yeah. And so we're going to sit down today with Louie Perez. We're going to talk about his wrestling career, his start in wrestling. We're going to talk a little bit about your vlogging and how much we like that you're doing, like getting like really deep into like the social media aspect of wrestling, because I absolutely love that. And we'll get to that in a little bit. We do have a couple of news stories that we want to touch on today. But before we get to any of that, we haven't really talked to you guys properly about Battleground yet. We did our preview special. I want to say it was last Sunday, wasn't it?
1 week ago today.
Yeah, 1 week ago, removed from Battleground.
How'd it go? Travis, how did you do?
Battleground was I'm not even talking about our picks. Like, Battleground was
disappointing.
The best review I can give of Battleground was a pay-per-view.
Great Khali was there.
That's about the greatest thing that happened. It was interesting. Louis, did you watch Battleground?
I did. I just got to catch up on it, and because I have this like problem where I don't watch pay-per-views till later when I actually have time, and I just like sit down and watch them all. It's great. But I thought it was okay. I mean, Khali.
I mean, it makes sense. It's good to have him back.
Yeah, it's cool. It's definitely it's different. I wasn't expecting it. I'm gonna be 110% honest. And I heard the music and I was like, I don't know what's going on. Khali comes out and I'm like, yeah, you know. Sometimes I'll see him work and I'm like, all right, well, he hit one knee. That means the match is over.
Right.
But like, he just looks shredded. He looks different. He just looks bigger now. I don't understand. Maybe I haven't seen anyone that big in a while. Maybe that's why.
I unfortunately had his return kind of spoiled for me because I'm like super plugged in like Twitter and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's hard to hide a guy like Great Khali.
Yeah. Somebody had tweeted out earlier in the day that they saw him at the Philadelphia airport, and I was like, oh shit, well here it goes.
Why don't they fly him into like somewhere nearby and drive him in?
I don't know.
That
That's
would
what
just
they.
make
That's what they
sense.
did with AJ Styles at the
yeah.
Royal Rumble. They actually did you know this? So the Royal Rumble the year that AJ Styles debuted was in Orlando. They actually flew him into Tampa
And drove him,
so that
yeah.
nobody would know that he was coming to Orlando, and then drove him from Tampa to Orlando.
That was on the Christian and Edge podcast,
Yes,
right?
which is a great show. By
Yeah,
the
I
way.
just listened to that episode.
Cool. I actually forgot to introduce Sean. Sean's joining us today.
Who?
You guys are looking. So you guys might recognize Sean if you guys listen to any of our other Nerd Complex shows from our sister show, brother show. It's in transition.
Let's be real. People don't listen to it unless they have really deep emotional problems.
Well, what's your show? Tell us about it.
It's called Erectile Dysfunction. It's just me and my buddy Josh. Talk around, talk about stupid things.
It's literally it's
Really stupid things.
it's like the show about nothing. It's like Seinfeld twice removed.
I was
Like
about to say,
Seinfeld with like
we're
a,
the new Seinfeld now.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
just bringing it back like everything else.
Oh God.
So yeah, no. If you guys get a chance to check out Sean's show, it's literally just the most manically fantastic thing ever. It's a blast. So Sean's gonna be in our chat with you guys. So if you guys want to join Sean in the chat, if you guys are listening to the episode live on YouTube, make sure you guys are interacting with Sean. We didn't bring him here to just look pretty. So
Yeah, we figured since like recently you guys are a live show, we might as well get more chat involved. So if you guys got questions, especially for our guest today, or if you guys just want to tell these two idiots to shut up when they're talking, like hit me up. I'll tell them to do it
Yeah,
for you.
Travis is talking too much. Hold on,
know.
what's the chat? Let me get in there real quick.
Please, Corey, you can just talk about them the whole time.
Yes, I like that.
all right,
All right,
well,
Battleground. Hold on. Let's go over the picks real quick.
Okay,
Who won the picks? Who lost the picks?
you know who won the picks.
I do know who won the
Tell
picks.
us who won the picks.
I won
My
the
commitment.
picks.
You won the picks.
Who lost the picks? You.
I lost
You
the
have to
picks.
write
I have to write
erotic
fan
fiction.
fic about any of the
Any of the
matches.
I think Rusev and John Cena would be
That's
a good
actually
one.
probably going to be because there's so many like poll jokes I can make with that one. It's literally just like ripe with ideas. So yeah, you guys can look forward to me probably in the next couple weeks reading off.
Let's say
erotic
either
fanfic.
next week or the week after.
I would say between now
We'll
and
give you 2
SummerSlam.
weeks. No.
That gives me 3 weeks, dude. I'm a very busy man.
Before
I'm
the
a very
SummerSlam
important-
show.
Yeah.
It can't be on the SummerSlam show. It has to be one of the shows before SummerSlam.
All right.
All right.
We'll figure it out. How many like does I have to like
A page.
a page long?
Dude, you can't knock that out in like 3 hours. That's easy to do.
I don't know, man. It's been a while since I wrote erotic fanfic.
I didn't say erotic.
You did say erotic.
Okay, I
You
did.
did say erotic fanfic.
We do
I,
want
I
erotic.
thought that was just like you. You're like, man, I'm gonna go straight to erotic fan.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Isn't all fanfic usually erotic anyway?
The good
starts-
stuff is.
Rusev clutched on the John Cena tight.
he reached for his pole.
Machka.
Grabbed
he
by
yelled
his
Machka.
He machka'd.
setting up those tables, looking longingly into his eyes. He
guys.
knew what was going to happen
I'm
next.
just literally gonna transcribe this. I'm just gonna like listen back to this and type it down.
This is all good
Yeah,
stuff.
this is it. This
Okay.
is, thanks, guys. I
You
appreciate
can't
it.
do that. They already heard this.
I have like a notebook of erotic fan fiction.
Dude.
No, I'm joking.
Oh.
Wrestling fan fiction. I just have
man.
like,
But it's like it's okay if you do. Like we're not saying.
Yeah, we're not here to
If
judge.
someone has some, cool.
yeah. If you have some, that's cool. I'd love to read it.
So yeah, Battleground. It was a pay-per-view.
It
I
was,
lost the picks because I'm an idiot.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get my belt.
The champion of all of Europe,
There we go.
Pete Dunne. Eat your heart out.
European shit. That's better than the UK title. That's for sure.
That's the entire continent. Pete Dunne just like is in charge of one country. You're in charge of the entire continent.
I'm the champion of all. All right,
I
I'm
think
taking
I have
this.
that same one.
This is like from 2002, 2000. It's still got the WWF logo on it.
Yeah.
Like, this is early 2000s, late 90s.
Is that from when
2001.
Kurt Angle was the inter-European champion, the European mental champion or whatever he called it, where he had like the IC and the European belt at the same time?
Was it him?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Anyway,
I don't know. All right, I'm taking it off.
yeah.
Until next month.
So that's enough about Battleground. I don't want to sit here and talk about Battleground for an hour because it was just really bad, and I'd rather put it behind me. There's a lot, like it was so like my big thing with Battleground, and Corey and I talk about this all the time, is I've been watching a lot of New Japan lately. So like seeing like literally just like 4-star matches on a nightly basis with the G1 tournament going on right now, and then going to Battleground, it's like night and day. And I'm not saying one's better than the other, you know, because Vince McMahon will be the first to tell you that they are in the entertainment business, whereas New Japan Pro Wrestling is in the wrestling business. Like it's like almost two entirely different products, but it's like such a stark contrast. It's almost like going from like a Thanksgiving dinner to like McDonald's, like it
Or
just
like
does-
McDonald's to Chipotle.
yeah. Which we're my new thing is I want to get you sponsored by Chipotle.
Okay, try that.
Chipotle, if you're listening to this, Corey needs sponsorship.
I'll eat a burrito on every episode.
He will. He was going to do it anyway.
I was going to do it anyway, but if you want to hook me up with the free burrito.
Isn't their corporation only in Columbus anyway?
I think so.
Didn't they start in Columbus?
No, Denver.
It was it Denver?
You see, he
Man,
even knows exactly.
you know you should be sponsored.
I've been to the very first Chipotle. It's in
I'm
Denver,
sorry. I
Colorado.
thought I heard they started in Columbus.
How was it?
Bad.
It was good. It's really small, and it doesn't have like the Subway feel where you go down the line and tell them what you want. The line is actually back. It goes backwards, so you tell them what they want, and then they go back and make it. So it's different than any other Chipotle I've ever been to.
That's kinda
and it's
weird.
right next to a marijuana dispensary.
That's perfect.
It's in the same complex.
Did it used to be a KFC? The marijuana dispensary, not the Chipotle.
Oh no, I don't think so. No. That's in South Park.
It used to be a
different
Pizza Hut.
city.
So anyway, so before we get into the meat and potatoes of why we brought Louie Perez onto the show today, we do have a couple news stories that we want to queue up for you guys. So Joe,
It's the news. How long did you have your finger on that button to start the news segment?
Probably about 10 minutes.
Because I was on the impression that the Backlash was part of the, or not Backlash, Battleground was part of the news. But I thought news had already started.
listen, people don't know that we're amateurs, so I just let the illusion be the illusion. Thank you.
Okay.
So, all right, first little bit of news that we want to talk about was John Jones calling out WWE Universal Champion Brock Lesnar last night at UFC 214. This is kind of coming from a story rumored that Brock Lesnar is actually re-entering the testing pool for UFC fighters. What do you guys think about Brock Lesnar potentially leaving WWE once again and potentially stepping back into the octagon?
I say he should do it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Somebody else needs that belt.
I'm just putting that to the chat. Do you think Brock is going to drop the title at SummerSlam now?
Yeah. Probably to Braun.
Yep, actually,
I want it to be
I
Joe.
believe that.
I would like it to be Joe.
I want it to be Joe so bad.
It's Braun.
We actually found out is your biological father.
Yeah, Samoa Joe's my father.
Yeah.
He won't
Perfect.
admit it, and
Yeah.
no one else in the world will admit it, but
We're getting there.
So you're from Huntington Beach, California.
sure.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, sure, whatever you
Well,
want to say, man.
That actually doesn't. He could have been traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be from
Text,
anywhere.
how old is he?
Probably not old enough to be your dad. Maybe
No.
he's
So,
he's
is
less than 40.
Is this going to turn into 7 degrees of Kurt Angle now? Like, how is everyone related to Kurt Angle?
Yeah.
That or just like
Kinda like-
everybody in the wrestling industry is finding out who their actual fathers are now.
Yeah, like I didn't care who my father was until I saw.
Corey's dad was actually Bray Wyatt.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm probably the same age as Bray Wyatt, honestly.
don't worry about the age
So,
part.
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
Don't
he's-
worry about the realisticness
actually-
of it.
He's
or
probably a
realism.
little older. No, he's not my father.
No,
No, no, I don't. No famous father.
I don't know. I like so I'm of the mindset that I although I know it's like a popular narrative that like, oh, he's just a part-timer, he just shows up every once in a while and collects a paycheck. He is an attraction in WWE though. So you put Brock Lesnar's name on the marquee and people are going to show up because he has that UFC pedigree and he has that legitimate feel to him that not a lot of other WWE superstars have. So on one hand, yeah, it would be cool to kind of see like your people who are there on the show every week with, you know, in that title picture and have that contention and stuff like that, and you know, getting somebody like a Brock Lesnar out of the picture. But in the same sense, he's a draw. Like he brings money. So
for sure.
By the way, Josh from the chat says your dad's getting the title at SummerSlam.
No,
So there you go.
dude, you'll be like the son of the Universal Champion.
I probably still won't get any paychecks or any what's it called? Child support. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well-
Hopefully he comes up and take care of your son, Joe.
If you try
Be
to
a man,
file the
Joe.
claim in Texas, you might be able to do it.
Yeah. Why Texas?
Because there's been a story out there, a guy has to pay back child support, and they actually just found out recently it wasn't his child, but he still has to pay the back child support.
Oh yeah.
Was that a news story or was that Maury?
Yeah. What?
Was that a news story?
No,
or
it was
Maury?
actually like a news story.
I would just stop paying it.
Oh, the dude's like trying to fight it really hard.
What
but
are they
they're-
going to do? Then they're going to sue you for not paying it. Be like, okay, well, prove that this is my kid.
Right.
It's
The
already
thing-
been proved it's not. I'm not paying it.
Yeah, so Louie, go file your child support in Texas. So
That's awesome.
I've seen it like that before. If the dude signs a birth certificate, then that's his kid. No matter what, even if they find out later. Yeah, because I have a friend with too many kids.
Yeah. Don't we all?
Hopefully he's watching. And I mean, if you sign a birth certificate, that's your kid. And even if they find out it's not, it's like, okay, well, you still signed it, so we need more money.
Could I hypothetically sign a birth certificate and be Corey's dad?
Hypothetically,
I mean, I think mine is signed, but I don't know.
I mean, you just pretty much put yourself guilty on air, but go ahead.
My new mission in life is to find a birth certificate that's not signed and then just claim a kid as my own.
You like, just see him in like random hospitals running and like writing his name on all.
Catch me like drop kicking like a doctor.
Why would you want to take on that responsibility?
Because there's a good chance that kid's going to be like a super good athlete or something like that.
There's a good chance?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I'm gonna scout the children in like the incubators and be like, yo, that kid looks like he's gonna be like a future fucking like Hall of Famer or something like that. Let me go ahead and
Travis, you're going gold digging the whole wrong way. I'm telling you right now.
You got 18 years of payments before anything goes down.
No. You play the long game, guys. Okay, listen, you guys are on these quick get rich quick schemes. I'm on that long game. Like, yeah, there's gonna be 18 years of suck, but afterwards, when that kid's like the highest paid, baseball player, highest paid first baseman for the Yankees.
Real quick, Travis. How old will you be in 18 years?
I don't even know if I'll be alive in 18 years. So, like, I'm just, it's not looking good, man. I'm like 73 already.
No, you're not.
No, I'm 31.
With that majestic beard, no, you're not.
Nah.
You're going to be too old to do anything in 18 years.
Well, whatever. I'm too old to do anything now. Are you kidding me?
You're right.
The highlight of my week is sitting down with you guys talking about wrestling. So.
All right, that's enough about Brock and fathership.
Oh, yeah, that's what
we got
talking about.
We got one little other story, and I'm glad Sean's here for this one because it actually involves David Bakhtiari.
Yeah, Bakhtiari.
David Bakhtiari from the Green Bay Packers, who has brought a replica of Big Gold to Green Bay Packers training camp. Sean, do you want to tell us a little bit more about this?
Yes, for anybody who watches football, we all pretty much enjoy sports. It's training camp right now, and it's rigorous. It's pretty much like what you do with training with wrestling and stuff. But
because you don't know how football works.
What is training?
Yeah, I'm
camp?
not a huge Dallas Cowboys fan or anything.
There you go. So he knows what training camp is.
Joe,
Joe, pull the plug. We have to cancel this episode. This is not happening.
Hey, I don't assume everybody just watches all the sports. We all do. But
True.
No, but right now they're in training camp, and a way to get through it. He's an offensive lineman, and it's a way like who's the best offensive lineman by the end of the year wins the title belt, pretty much. And he actually went online. It's like a $200 real replica belt. And he went to the coach, and he made sure it was okay.
$360.
So he got it on sale the other week when Corey texted me and said, "Hey, this is on sale right now."
Yeah, he probably did.
It was on sale for $130, I think, the other week.
That's for the plastic, not metal.
Yeah.
That's for the high.
So what you're telling me is Zach Martin is going to get that title? Is that what you're saying, or is that only for Packers?
It's only for Packers.
Yeah, so it's like for their offensive, defensive line.
It's just for their offensive lineman, who it's pretty much who becomes the best run blocker because Green Bay recently has been the best run blocking team. So
this is funny because this is like the second time that the Packers have had Big Gold involved in what they're doing. Because when they won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, didn't Clay Matthews have like Big Gold with him and at the Super Bowl celebration?
What happened was since Aaron Rodgers always does a championship belt,
they got him Big Gold.
Yeah, like one kid in the audience, he had like a Big Gold, and Clay Matthews went up to it, took it off the kid, and threw it on Aaron. That's why every time you see Aaron when he's holding the Super Bowl trophy, he's got the Big Gold around him. That's where it came from.
That's kind of like a thing. Don't the Fed like send them a title belt, like the Super Bowl? Or something like that?
They do it for everything now.
Yeah.
Every sport, every team gets a belt.
Honestly, I just thought it was a little cool story, mixing wrestling and football because all those guys, and too, like you're saying, if you even played football in high school, like a lot of those mix and match because training both ways, it's pretty much the same.
The thing, because I mean, I love football a lot. Like I'll watch it. On bye weeks, I'll watch like the Broncos or something. I love stuff like that. Yeah, and the only real difference between wrestling and football is football you have like a whole team with you, and wrestling it's kind of just you. I mean, you can have friends and stuff like that and have your own little clique and stuff, but mostly it's just what you do. You're kind of on your own, kind of like a quarterback, I guess. You kind of work on yourself, but you also have team behind you, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's actually a good analogy. I like that. So this is what happens when you get a Packers fan, Corey's like a Jaguars.
He's a Jags fan.
Jaguars.
I'm sorry,
but he also claims the Redskins too. Oddly enough, which is
I only claim the Redskins, and I've explained this before, is because I'm a huge Mark Brunell fan.
That's right.
Fair enough.
Played for the Jags, and then he went to the Redskins and played for them for a couple of years. So I became a Redskins fan because I liked him.
Side note, I'm super excited that the Eagles have Nick Foles back again. Like,
Yeah, I saw he was on the depth chart.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
It actually like it surprised me. Like I totally didn't see it, and then like one day I'm like looking at the depth chart, and I'm like, oh, Nick Foles, like,
Yeah.
welcome back, man.
Yeah, he was good.
He's got the highest touchdown game for an Eagle in history with that 7 touchdown game against the Raiders. Still, so it's good to have him back.
Cool. He was
Welcome
good.
back,
I don't
Nick.
know why they dropped him, and what would they send him to?
He ended up going to, when he left Philadelphia, I think he went to Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Arizona. Then he was in Kansas City for a while because Andy Reid loves his former Eagles. He just, give me that Jeremy Maclin. Let me get that Jason Avant.
Audio football live.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, guys.
When I get talking.
Last thing, Josh from the thing says Cowboys are gross. So
Yeah, no, I
Oh
agree.
man, I love the Cowboys.
Yeah,
I love them so much.
Is it? Hold on, real quick.
Tony
We're
Romo
gonna talk about football.
is gonna be
Have you always been a Cowboys fan?
yes.
Are your family members Cowboy fans?
Some aren't, and despite just because of
Yeah.
how the family is. Like I didn't get into watching football till like 2009, maybe.
Oh, so they weren't
like
even
an
good when
8.
you started.
No, they were like 2 and 14.
you're one of those new age fans.
8 and 8.
Everybody I know that's a Cowboys fan started liking them like in the early '90s when they were winning.
I mean,
a
I
whole bunch. That's
used
when
to
everyone
have-
jumped on the
when I was
kept
younger,
beating my Brett
I
Favre
had, like,
Packers.
yeah.
I know those Cowboys.
I had a Aikman jersey when I was younger and all
Yeah.
that other stuff, but I mean I was too young to know what football was.
You know what's funny is like when I lived, because I grew up in South Jersey, like in like the shadow of like Philadelphia, and when I was there, I was actually a Packers fan growing up because I like was enamored with like Brett Favre and stuff like that during like their Super Bowl run, and was that 1996 when they won that Super Bowl, and like I was never like a big fan, and then when I moved here when I was like 16, I became like so like homesick that I kind of like took interest in like Philadelphia teams, and then I just like since then I've like been like a huge Eagles fan, so. Yeah,
The only real team I really hate is the Giants. I mean, Eagles are Eagles.
I'm into that, my dude. I'll too sweet that.
It's just, I mean, it's a good sport. There's sometimes wrestling isn't what you want it to be, so you got to move on to watching something else.
Do you remember when the Chargers were my AFC team for like 2 seconds?
Wait, you're saying you're actually like passionate about other things besides like wrestling?
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. I'm not
Can
like
you elaborate on that, please?
like I see some of my wrestling buddies and stuff like that. They are like nothing wrestling. Like me, I try to think outside the box. That's why I
Right.
started the vlog.
Yeah.
If I just thought about wrestling, I feel like I'd be stuck in that wrestling box. If I didn't watch YouTube, football, anything else, I wouldn't be able to grab and little bits and pieces, like cool pieces, and incorporate them into
Yeah.
my wrestling.
Yeah.
Like I try to be as different as possible. I watch wrestling, but it's not the only thing in my life.
Right.
you know? So
And that's cool because it gives you like an outside perspective of like,
Yeah.
this is what's going on in the rest of the world, and this is how we can kind of like incorporate it into like wrestling. Like,
yeah,
you
That's
can
gonna
take-
grow your
yeah,
fan
because
base,
I
too.
mean, no one's ever thought of anything new just watching wrestling. You know, like you have to take from your life. You have to take from other places. I mean, Jesus, you have to like. I mean, you just have to see the world and incorporate into what you love.
I think sometimes like the best wrestling too is like when, or like the best like storylines and the best gimmicks, so to speak, are like when it pulls from like real life stuff. Like, and we give WWE a hard time because I always feel like they're like 6 months to a year and a half behind like what's actually going on in pop culture. Like they just came out with fidget spinners on the WWE shop like a week ago, like late to the party a little bit, but you know, but even still, like back there, especially during the Attitude Era, like I feel like everything that they were doing was lock in step with like what was going on in the world at any given time. So
Yeah. And I mean, I can just see an old guy now, and he's like, fidget spinners. And it's like 3 years later, like, they're the newest thing.
Oh God!
Sounds like Vince McMahon.
I was gonna say, was that your Vince McMahon impersonation?
Why'd you bring these fidget spinners? What do they do? Oh,
Louis just trying to make sure he never gets signed to WWE.
Yeah,
No,
for sure. I
That's
mean,
not Vince.
I've gotten to this point where, like, if I get signed, I get signed, and if I don't, I'm still doing what I love.
Yeah.
And I'm still enjoying it. So, I mean,
And that's
it is what it is.
That's the cool thing about like I think where wrestling is at right now is you have a whole slew of people. Like a couple of years ago, like getting signed to WWE was pretty much like the pinnacle.
Yeah.
But now you have guys like on the indie scene, like the Young Bucks, and like I mean, until he signs in about 3 weeks from now, Adam Cole, who could like make a career out of just being like just a top, like a Chris Daniels, even like,
Yeah.
you know, WWE is not the only like end all goal in pro wrestling anymore. It's so great. I love that it's almost like a new Monday Night Wars era where there's like competition, like there's actual alternative things to watch if you don't want to watch WWE,
especially with New Japan coming to the United States.
That's gonna be the biggest push. Like, I mean, me and you talked about this before. Like, WWE is still the end all be all though right now. Yes,
they're the biggest game in town without a question.
It's still like, come on, look at, they're a multi-billion corporation. They have their own network.
But like, I feel like there is still people and still wrestlers that can actually genuinely say, like, although they're the biggest game in town, that's not for me.
Yeah,
because there's some guys, like, I honestly don't think that somebody like the Young Bucks would do well because their style and the way they carry themselves and their characters, like, it doesn't. I think
they would do all right.
Yeah, I'm sure they would do okay, but I just
change
or Kenny Omega's like a great example, somebody that I just don't necessarily know would fit into like a WWE thing, and is probably better where he's at doing what he's doing in New Japan. That's just, I mean,
and don't get me wrong, I hope it does, because like I tell you, I like watching wrestling now. I hate the storylines because no one challenges them right now. They have no reason to actually go above and beyond like they used to do. Like me and my buddy last night at the bar were talking about, like, we missed the Monday Night Wars. Those were some of the funnest times to watch wrestling, because it was like, oh, what's Monday Night Raw up to? But what's WCW up to? Like, who's going to invade who now? And
it's just like football. Like, if the Eagles go 8-8 and the Cowboys go 8-8 and they split the season, or split the series with each other, is it fun?
Yeah.
Is it fun when, like, you know, one team like dominantly whoops on somebody all the time?
Wild card.
Like, yeah.
Like stuff like that. It's competition.
Those are organic storylines that happen just in competition, but like, it's much more compelling when there's competition involved. So, like, you know, when your rival is doing something very well, you want to step your game up and make sure that you step to that level.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, that kind of segues us right into just talking about you and your wrestling career, man. So how did you decide that you wanted to be a pro wrestler? Like, when did that epiphany hit you?
Well, when I was, I want to say 18, I was a normal, stupid 18-year-old. Ended up hanging out with some people, and we were all just trying to like impress each other by being stupid.
Yeah.
And eventually we ended up in jail.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So I was only 30 days, but I had 30 days house arrest, 30 days jail time. And when I got out, I was like, man, what do I want to do with my life? Why am I in this situation? Because, like, the first thing that happened was when I got out of jail, funny story, they no one would answer my phone calls because it was like 6 o'clock in the morning, and they didn't want to like keep me hold there. So I was like, all right, I'll just walk home. It was far as shit.
Yeah.
And then my mom calls the jail because I was calling everyone and everyone's not answering. So my mom calls the jail and they're like, oh, yeah, we gave him a jacket, a Snickers, some pants. They didn't give me a goddamn thing. I had like a short sleeve shirt on and like dress pants. I was just walking. Oh, I hate those guys.
So they lied to your mother about
they're like, oh, yeah, we gave him a Snickers and a jacket. And he said he was going to walk.
Wait a minute.
Wait, it's just amazing to me that Snickers is like that's like the most specific thing to say that you gave somebody. Like, no, he's fine. I give him a Snickers. Like,
he was just looking down at his table. Pants, lamp, Snickers.
I'm sure I gave him one of those puffy stickers.
So you had to walk home.
Yeah,
after they
I
released
walked
you.
home. It was a couple miles. I had to walk to my or the court office or whatever and talk to my PO and stuff like that. But I mean, like, on that walk, I just thought, like, man, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
I'm 18 years old, and I just feel like I've wasted it.
Yeah.
So I got home, and the first thing that happened was my uncle, Lupe, he recorded all the Raws, all the SmackDowns, Royal Rumble, and I just sat there and watched it. And I was like, this is what I want to do. How do I get to it? Luckily, some... these guys and old friends of mine, they contacted me and they were like, hey, they're running a school up in Cleveland. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go check it out. I train for a while. I'm training just on the floor, 500 jumping jacks, 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, bear crawls, like just stuff like that. Like, I don't get to enter the ring at all for a while.
Right.
Eventually I do, and I train, and I just put everything I have into it.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be like cocky or anything, but for the simple stuff, I was just natural at it. Like, I loved
We've heard stories of that before, where people just like pick up on like the basics like that.
Yeah, like the holds, the tackles, the ups,
takedowns, and
yeah,
stuff.
everything like that. He was telling me I was natural at it, and I just felt so good about it, and that's where I started.
Do you think watching all those old like Raw and SmackDown helped you? Because it's kind of like
Oh,
a
yeah,
football
for sure.
analogy. It's like watching film. Like you keep watching the thing repeatedly. It's kind of like visual memory. So
Yeah,
do
I
you
used to
think that
give
helped a lot?
my brother like brain busters and stuff like that when I was younger, and he would
So
like.
side question: you did it in the backyard?
No, we did it in the living room.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
Oh,
the backyard's too hot.
didn't have a trampoline.
No, I wish.
We never had a trampoline.
Oh, yeah. We had I used to backyard wrestle.
Yeah,
we did the trampoline and the
I
non-trampoline.
think everyone did at a point though. You know,
Yeah.
everyone was.
We had
into it.
That's why now they always say, please do not try this at home because of all of us.
Yeah,
we had like my buddy had in his front yard, like literally just his dad actually dug out 4 posts, like fence posts into the floor, and we put like little like screw in like washer turnbuckles, so to speak, and like put those in like put ropes around it and stuff like that. And entrance music, the whole nine. We had like a little like CD boombox, like cue up track 3 on that Limp Bizkit CD. I'm about to come out here and whoop some ass.
Oh hell no!
We had a fog machine. We'd enter from inside the garage, out the garage door.
Oh, that was
intense.
We had the thing, but we used actually the WWE music, so we all like based all our personas off like the characters.
I was on some straight up like break stuff by Limp Bizkit. Let's go.
I met a friend of mine, Zach. We were 16, and he had a trampoline, and he was like, well, I'm into wrestling. Well, shit, me too. So we started to do stuff like that. So when we'd come out, we'd sing our own song, and mine would always be The Rock. I'd be like, if you smell, and just like start walking to the ring.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody had like that one wrestler when you started like doing the backyard stuff or like living room stuff in your case, like where you like emulated. Like,
so Triple H was mine.
You were Triple H.
To this day, everyone thinks my finisher's a rock bottom. I do it once.
You know what though? All finishers start from somewhere. I mean, look at originally like the DDT was Jake Roberts. Like we talked about this not too recently.
Now it's just like a transition.
Yeah, it's like a transition move.
Oh,
like
yeah,
back
yeah,
then,
yeah.
like if you
I hate the whole don't use a super kick. I mean,
dude, whatever.
Shawn Michaels. Just say, I mean, I can throw a super kick, but $10 says it don't hit as hard as Shawn Michaels.
Isn't the best thing flattery is like repeated or something?
Or like, imitation.
Or imitation is the
best
form of flattery.
Yes,
that's
so. I mean,
yeah. So for reference, I was like a total new metal trash kid, like early in the late '90s, early 2000s. So like I literally emulated everything Hardy Boys that I could.
Oh yeah,
I had like the armbands, the whole nine. I was doing like swantons off the fence post onto my brother. Like it was,
I would love to see you do a swanton.
Hardy Mark.
I would say almost. You imitated them almost all the way.
Almost. What's the other? What didn't I do? I didn't go down like the path that like Jeff Hardy went. Is that what you're getting at?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't do drugs.
Oh, I see there.
Sorry, Jeff Hardy. It is what it is.
Way to be cool.
I was more on the CM Punk scale of that than the Jeff Hardy.
And look where he's at now.
I'm hosting a podcast. So who were you? Some of your guys besides like The Rock when you first started watching wrestling that kind of like were inspirations to kind of get you?
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
I feel like you're asking my question that I ask at the end of the show right now.
No.
Let me just ask my question.
Fine, whatever.
Who's your favorite wrestler of all time? And then you can answer about your inspirations.
Those are two different things, dude.
I guess, but I don't want him to answer the question before I ask it.
Whatever.
It used to be The Rock, but now I'm super huge on Triple H.
Yeah.
Like I love everything that he's done and everything that he does. I'll go back and watch his matches if I want something like just solid.
Yeah.
The Rock was more of a character. I've realized now that he wasn't as like he didn't do a lot of stuff.
His moveset
like
is very basic
moveset.
very John Cena-esque in his moveset.
But he was like a master class in like character.
Oh yes, that's who I'll go to if I want to see promos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Triple H is my all-time guy now.
I feel like he's like one of the most like. Obviously, he's not underrated because he's still like regarded as one of the greatest of all time. But I think he is a little bit underrated in terms of just like being like a total package.
Yeah,
like he could cut a great promo. He had a great personality to him, and he has just solid ring work. Like he's just he can just go in the ring, and he had fantastic matches with everybody, with Michaels, with Taker, with Austin, with The Rock, with Angle. Like he just
great
like,
as a heel and a face.
Yeah, it works. He
or
works
like a cocky face.
Yeah, he was like really just great.
I think it was. I was
Also,
watching. What is it called? It's like Wrestling Isn't Wrestling. I don't know if you guys seen that.
No, I haven't seen that.
This guy talks about his favorite wrestler, Triple H, and he talks about how he's always seen himself as a B+ player because he came in when Austin, The Rock, Michaels, Warrior, like everyone was so big.
Well, he was actually supposed to be King of the Ring over Austin originally in '96, but he kind of screwed his own career
with the curtain call.
Yeah, but then I give him credit because he built so much up to his career after falling so down on the card. So
it delayed him a year or two.
Yeah, but I mean, he's
about
still
3 years actually.
He won it the next year. He won it in '97.
Yeah,
well, but I'm saying like his overall like rise because he would have rose like
he was like
he would
for
have
a
had more
large
title
chunk of
shots in '97, '98. Like even too like his first time he won the championship belt, it was on a Monday Night Raw. It wasn't.
And he
on a
wasn't.
pay-per-view.
He wasn't ever like originally a WWE guy to start with. Like he was in WCW for a long time before he even came over to WWE. And he was always kind of like at the early onset of his career in like the shadow of somebody else. So like when he first came in as the Blue Blood Hunter Hearst Helmsley, he was like just a lower mid carder. Like he had won the IC title I think a time or two, but then like when DX started, he was like second fiddle to Shawn. Like, and then it wasn't really until DX split up and Shawn left that he really just kind of jumped out and put himself in that position. But even still, like he was in the shadow of like Austin and The Rock.
Yeah. He definitely had to work twice as hard. Because those guys were already established,
Right.
I'm a huge Nation of Domination, Mark. So
Nice.
Nation of Domination.
We are the Nation.
Who's your favorite member of the Nation?
Probably The Rock. Right?
Probably The Rock.
Yeah, or Farouk.
Yeah.
Not D-Lo.
I
No
saw
one liked
D-Lo
D-Lo.
yesterday, dude.
You saw D'Lo? Was he at the show?
Yes.
He's still alive.
Is so D-Lo is so awesome.
Did he have the vest on?
No. No. But
Did he wrestle?
looks like Dre Jacobs now.
That's so sick.
And like
Shouts out to Dre Jacobs, by the way.
Oh yeah. Hopefully he's watching.
Yeah.
Maybe.
ASL favorite. We gotta get him on sometime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He was face to face with D'Lo, and they looked the same. And he goes, "Hey, Dad," and D'Lo's like, "Hey, son." He's like,
I told you.
Like, it was hilarious.
Everybody in wrestling's finding who their fathers are.
That's the new thing.
Who would Sean's father be?
Oh, Stone Cold.
No.
Dude, blood.
No,
Spike Dudley.
Spike Dudley.
Fine, Enzo.
Literally, your dad is Spike Dudley.
my gosh.
We need
hilarious.
dude. We should go as the Dudley Boys for Halloween.
Are you going to be Bubba Ray?
I'll be Bubba.
Devon?
Yeah. Dude.
Get the table.
I'm not going to be Devon.
No, you can be.
Who else was
Big
it,
Dick Dudley?
Big Dick Dudley?
Yeah, from ECW. He never made his way to WWE. Or Sign Guy Dudley.
How long did
Don't you wanna
ECW
be
truly
Devon?
last? Like two months.
Too much work.
What's that?
Okay.
How long did ECW truly last? Like 2 months.
Shut up.
Testify.
ECW was fantastic. Moving on.
I've never watched ECW or WCW.
None of the-
It's
Or WCW?
Nope.
Oh, man.
I was.
WCW
I think I was
should be
like-
fun.
So he's a Cowboys fan that didn't watch WCW. I think this episode's over, guys. I really can't do this.
Hey,
I mean, I just didn't watch it. I was
It's-
when was WCW done?
2001.
2001 was the event.
So I was
It started to fall apart. about
8, maybe.
2000.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like I just didn't watch it. But I had like a WCW belt,
Yeah.
ECW thing, and a WCW microphone. I don't know. It was wrestling.
Yeah, it was still wrestling. Yep. I was
Well,
the same
that's
way.
what I
I
was-
had action figures. I had WCW action figures, but I didn't watch WCW.
Oh, see, I didn't have the WCW. I only had the WWF. I'm like,
Yeah.
get,
My first wrestling action
I'm
figure
sorry.
was Scott Hall. Was the Scott Hall WCW action figure was
Oh.
my first one.
Do you remember the really bad ones from the 80s that were just like
Some
stiff?
of the
like-
90s ones were bad too.
Yeah.
Even new ones today, some of them are bad.
Well, but later in the 90s, that's when they started to do like the facial like photo.
Did you ever see the one that
technology where they
sweats?
Yes.
You see the one that sweats?
Oh, dude, I had like 4 of them.
never
Like,
seen
Yeah,
that one.
they
it
were
was they're
like
like
big monster
They
ones.
look like the Incredible Hulk. They
Yeah.
were super big. They didn't like really move,
Dude.
and they had a hole in the back you filled
Yeah.
with water, and then you pushed a button, and they would sweat out of like
Why is that-
holes in their body.
Why is that a thing?
I don't
Somebody
know.
had a sweat fetish and was like, "Let's make a figure
I'm betting it was Vince. I'm betting it was Vince.
bigger and sweatier."
I have this Vince. It says like WWF on it, and he's in like his wrestling gear, which is just like a tank top. And
Blasphemy.
Yeah, yeah,
and he's
yeah.
like huge. That's like the old school. That's the oldest one.
I have that
That's so
action
sick.
figure.
Dude.
Yeah. I like I said, I had a lot of those Attitude Era ones.
I almost
yeah.
bought an action figure the other day
ones
when I
with
was
the
at the
metal
store. I can't remember what it was
Yeah.
though. It's been a while. Oh, that actually reminds me. I'm so glad that we brought this up because I actually brought stuff. I didn't bring one for you or Joe because I'm an asshole, but well, I was at Target and these were like on sale. So there you go.
If you have nothing, to
These are mystery bag WWE superstars.
And
So
they're clearance.
88 cents a piece. So we're gonna open them up and see who everybody gets. This is your wrestling dad, by the way.
You know,
Whoever's
I
on
almost
If
did
this
buy-
is Samoa
You
Joe,
got
I'm gonna go
John Cena.
crazy.
No,
because
who did I
I
get?
said
What is
Samoa
it?
Joe,
You got
and then I
John
took a
Cena.
test
It's
and
not
it
John
said
Cena.
Samoa Joe.
Oh yes, I got the one I wanted to
What'd
be
you
my
get?
dad. Hold on, let me put them together.
That's it. I gotta. What is this? Hold
You
on.
got John Cena. Dude.
No, it's like John Cena's body. You ready for this?
Somebody
But with
else's
like
head?
Roman Reigns' head.
Yeah, you got a messed up one. You got John Cena's bottom.
Dude, I swear to God, I just got John Cena's body with Roman Reigns' head.
I got Roman Reigns, his whole body.
That's
John
so
Cena
sick.
sucks.
What the? Hold on. Wait. This is not. Oh no. Oh no. This is apparently supposed to be Rusev.
Oh, Rusev. I got Roman Reigns. Oh, man.
When did Rusev wear long blue shorts? This looks like John Cena and Roman Reigns had like a child with one another.
Let
This
me see.
is-
Let me see your Rusev's head.
Here.
It's probably the same head as Roman.
Hey, Louie got Dan Bryan.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, it's not the same head as mine. Yeah, I can see how that's Rusev. Other than the pants don't make sense.
Yeah, that doesn't. It's like John. It's like Rusev came to a show, forgot his gear, and asked John Cena to borrow a pair of shorts.
I was lightweight, hoping
Oh,
it was
nice.
Samoa Joe.
I don't think Samoa Joe's in this set. I think the ones they're on the back. It's like
Here you
Dolph
go.
Ziggler. Or something
Oh,
like
if you
that.
want your dad, he's at sale right now at the Big Lots up the street.
Is he?
I'm not lying. They
Wait,
have,
Samoa Joe action figure?
yeah,
I know what I'm doing after the episode's over.
they have it for like $10.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm going over there to pick up a Samoa Joe action figure.
Roman.
That's fantastic. So yeah, I picked these up. I actually
Daniel
forgot about
Bryan
them
is
until
my
right now. So.
spirit animal.
He's not going to be able to stand there for very long. I'm going to bump
Jesus.
this in 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. So we were talking about like your like early influences like in wrestling, and you said like so Triple H is your like biggest.
Yeah, but I was really influenced by Jeff Hardy, The Rock.
Yeah.
Rikishi, oddly enough. I just thought he was cool.
He's a bad dude.
Yeah, Hall of Famer.
Stink
When he
face.
fell off that cage into what was it, like a hay?
It was like a
For
truck
no
full of hay.
reason. They just roll it out halfway through the match. They just back this truck full of hay.
no clue why that was there.
Like the Zamboni made sense when Austin rode that out because he
Yeah.
was at the Joe, which is actually we were going to talk about this earlier. Last night was the last event ever in the Joe Louis Arena, and it was a WWE house show. So and that-
Headlined by your dad facing on Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship.
That made sense because it was at the Joe and there's a Zamboni there. Like the milk truck thing kind of made sense because it's Kurt freaking Angle. Why the hell was there like a truck full of hay? Were they like
like a
doing
manure
like
truck or
were they
something.
like clearing out Raw that night and then the next night they're setting up for like a rodeo that's going to be there for the rest of the week or something like that? Like that's the only
Like they
thing
didn't
I
have
can.
enough time to get everything ready. Like just wheel it out. We'll know how to use it or something.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I just don't understand why that was there either. I mean, I didn't question it as a kid, but
Yeah, I mean you just kind of accept everything as it is. Like
Really, if you questioned anything in wrestling, you would lose all sense of disbelief for watching it. Like,
Yes. So that actually brings me to another point, and I'm glad you kind of brought the phone back up. Is so talking about the suspension of disbelief. You vlog and you are pretty active on social media, and you're always like posting stuff on your YouTube channel and stuff like that. And it's really cool to kind of see like a behind the scenes of like what goes into like your daily life and what the daily life of somebody who's a wrestler kind of looks like.
Yeah.
How did you get involved in that, and how do you think that kind of fits into like where wrestling is at now, where like there's still like this thought of like you have to protect kayfabe to a certain degree, but also in the same sense it's like what is kayfabe in 2017?
It's definitely changing.
yeah. I mean,
kayfabe is-
I try to. There's like some boundaries I won't go past. You know what I mean? Like, I started getting into vlogging because I watched this guy on YouTube called he's David Dobrik, and he does a vlog.
Yeah.
And his is hilarious. And I was just kind of sitting in my room and I was thinking, like, what can I do? Because social media is such a big platform. And I've heard it many times from guys who've worked out with the Fed. The Fed tells them, like, hey, get your followers up. Like, get a following, get something. Because if we sign you, we want your guys to come over with us. Like, they want to build their audience.
Yeah.
And that's just what I'm like. I enjoy doing the vlog. It's fun. No one else does it that I know of. I might be the only wrestling guy that does it. I'm not sure.
I haven't seen a ton.
Yeah, so it'd just be something different I could do. It kind of just makes me different, I guess. I try to think of everything I can just to make me different or valuable, I guess.
Yeah.
So
well, that's one of the things that, like, when we first talked about bringing you onto the show and first kind of running into you, like, at our NOW shows and stuff like that, that really kind of like appealed to me personally about getting you on the shows, because that's something I don't see a lot of people doing, especially like on like an independent level, like where we're at. Like, you don't see a lot of guys not only really like marketing himself in a social media aspect, but even to go as far as having like a vlog. Like, that is something you just really don't see too frequently. So
yeah,
and with the way technology is nowadays, you might as well jump on and be able to take advantage of that.
Like I downloaded Pinnacle Studio or something like that, and I just had to learn it myself. I just had to figure out what goes with what. I'm still learning more and more now, but I mean, I just kind of.
I feel like that's us every time we do something for Audio Suplex Live. Like, yeah, we the whole like us, the whole us doing commentary for the shows, and we're gonna get into this a little bit because we actually have a clip from Uprising 11. The whole us doing commentary for the Uprising shows just was on happenstance. We actually had Alan Graves on, and he like jokingly asked us as he was like walking out of the studio after his episode. He's like, "Hey, did you guys ever think about doing commentary?" And I go, yeah, about 3 seconds ago when you just said that. Like,
actually, that would be cool.
But we had like never really done anything like that before. So we hooked up with with Robert Lopez. We told him like, yeah, well, because Alan Grace brought it up to him, and he hit me up, and I was like, yeah, we can try. We've never done anything like this before, but whatever. We'll bring some cameras out. We'll film some stuff. We'll talk over it.
By the way, it shows.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
No, I actually watched the show the other night.
Yeah, I dig the commentary. It was
really good.
I
you
liked
guys did a good job.
Some banter a little bit.
I like the first one. I like the second one.
Hating on me because I did a move on a manager. Shouldn't have been in the ring.
Let's actually get into that a little bit, because so Uprising 11 was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
you
my
were
first
in
match back.
Yeah, because you were injured for a little bit, weren't you? You were.
Yeah, my muscles they filled with like liquid, and they just got like inflated, and then it started to mess with my nerves.
Oh, that sucks.
Like, even now it sucks. Like, I'm still not fully recovered, and like lifting stuff or like helping set down or take down the ring is just so much painful. Like, sitting down, my knees, it's terrible.
That sucks.
But I just got to take time. And
so you decided
you decided let's do a ladder match.
Yeah. So the first match back is the Fight for Fortune ladder match. I actually we have a spot queued up from that.
Yeah, and you had some of the more painful spots in the match. Jordan up top.
This
is he gonna grab the briefcase?
This cannot end well. Say a prayer, Alex Jordan. Oh my God!
Through the ladder.
He broke him in half.
Wow.
He broke a ladder in half.
Yeah, I saw that.
He broke Louie Perez in half, and I'll be damned if he didn't break himself in half.
That was
Travis, the next JR.
That's what he's doing.
But
Slobber knocker.
Before we did the commentary, Robert Lopez actually he told me before we started recording commentary, he's like, I want you to do your best Joey Styles, and that's what I was trying to channel there with that. Like,
Joey Styles. You didn't want to be Matt Stryker anymore.
No, because after our first episode we did for Uprising 10, this one goes, you know who your commentary reminds me of? I'm like, who? He goes, Matt Stryker.
I like Matt Stryker.
That was like the most damning because like I don't know.
He seems very informed.
Yeah.
Seems very informed.
Well,
just like you.
I'm a pro wrestling insider.
You seem very informed.
You just don't take compliments well.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that spot real quick. First off, that's your first match back from being injured, and it's a ladder match, and you're taking spots where Alex Jordan is doing a double foot stomp to you on a ladder suspended between two ladders that almost tipped over, actually.
Yeah.
That killed the moment for
Brutal.
a second.
Yeah, no,
it still looked very painful.
Yeah, no,
the effect was still there.
Yeah, no matter which way you cut it, it still definitely looked like impactful. So, how was that?
It was. I mean, at the moment, the adrenaline was going. So when I took that and I just slammed through, I was like, man, this is it for me. Like, I cannot get back up.
Right.
Like that's it. There's nothing else going on. With the swanton, bashed my head when I did that, and then we went to this, and I got double stomped, and I was like, man, I can't get up, because I was in the Rumble earlier too.
Yeah.
I got slammed on my head from Chris Moore for German, and that kind of looped me through, and just going through everything else, I was like, man,
You're like, I'm done for the night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
that's
like, come
crazy.
on.
So your first match back, technically, that's your second match back because you were
Yeah.
in the battle royal. So you wrestled twice that night
Yeah.
after being gone for a while.
Yeah. I try to do as much as I can, so I always get close to the title, but I never
Walked uphill to school both ways in the snow. No,
Yeah.
go on.
Well, I think the way that's booked out, you win in that battle royal and then being in there, you're definitely, in the picture.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I can stay in that picture, but
Yeah, we actually didn't even know. Like, so one of the things with us working with NOW is I tell Robert Lopez not to tell us like any of the. I don't want to know.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
every time, like I'll show him like when we did this episode, he was like, "Oh, so what do you think's going on next?" With I'm like, "Dude, I don't want to know. Like, literally, just don't tell me."
Yeah.
because we want to see things as they happen.
yeah. Especially in commentary.
Exactly,
Yeah,
like-
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, if something happens, you can be like, "Oh my God!" You're not like, "Oh yeah, that happened."
Yeah.
You know?
But I will say that I can speak for myself, and I think I can speak for Corey as well when I say that we want to see you towards the top of the card because
I would love to.
We were very impressed.
we were thrilled. I was thrilled to see you win the battle royal. We didn't even know who was going to win the battle royal, and I think I said early on that my picks were. I said Louie Perez, and I can't even remember who else I said, but
I think we both said Louie Perez. But, we both
Yeah.
thought you were probably had the best chances.
yeah. So
I kind of
And
just
most
stayed in
deserving.
the corner for a second.
yeah.
Dre was getting thrown out. He's like, "Oh hey, damn it! I gotta give up my spot."
Well, there's no way Dre's doing double duty that night with him having Elgin that night. And then,
Oh yeah, that
which
match
is-
was cool.
That was insane.
And then Elgin beat Kenny Omega.
Yeah,
He just beat
in
him.
the G1.
What the
So
hell?
technically, Dre beat Kenny Omega.
He's better than
by
Kenny
the, by
Omega.
the transitive property, Dre
So,
Jacobs
Dre
is
needs-
better than Kenny Omega.
He needs to turn heel, and that's his whole thing. It's like, I'm better than Kenny Omega.
Dre, if you're listening, you need to start calling yourself like Mr. 6.5 stars and just like
Like, I don't even need to spend all that time on those extra stars. I can get the job done in a 4-star match.
So Sean, we got a couple of questions for Louie Perez in our chat.
Yeah, Josh, I've been talking to the whole time, who says you're a Cowboys fan, so it's gross. But he does have some questions for you. First of all, favorite person to wrestle. I'm going to put a little caveats on it. Maybe not the worst person you wrestled or the worst match, like worst person you ever worked with, kind of like.
Okay.
Are we talking about worst or best?
Well, the first your best.
I don't
your
think we don't want to
I
bury anybody as
Yeah,
being
we
the
don't want to
worst.
say
I won't
worst.
say name, but I'll say the
Yeah,
match.
that's what I'm talking about. Talk about a match where like someone wasn't like putting best effort. I would say it happens. In this industry, it happens a lot.
I have a tooth story.
You have a tooth story.
Yeah.
Oh god.
My favorite guy to wrestle is Dre, because I feel like he brings out the best in me, and he
Yeah.
challenges me, and I want to be better than him. He wants to be better.
Nice.
I mean, first off, he's like leaps and bounds ahead of me because he's been doing this for so many years. I've been doing it for 4 years, and I just try to like with him. I try to bring out as much as I can. I bring everything to the table, whether it's a title match or just us going one-on-one.
Like an opening card, like
Yeah.
opening of the card or something like that.
Yeah, like
You're still
I
giving
want
it, like-
him to know that every time we step in that ring, why he has me for War Inc. and why I'm on his team and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I want to keep proving myself. And the worst match I've ever had was a Texas bunkhouse match. I don't know if you know what that is.
Not familiar.
It was like my first year. And so I was like, all right, Texas bunkhouse. I'm from Texas, whatever. Turns out it's a hardcore match.
Oh god.
Yeah. So we're doing this match, and so folding chairs, they fold when you hit someone like this, right?
Yeah.
Well, he flung it at me, and this edge right here just bashed like here and my tooth, and it just shattered, and like I look like
Mick Foley.
the Predator.
Predator?
Like my lip was split in half.
Oh, wow.
Like, dude, I got hit so hard that time.
That sucks.
It's actually on my YouTube channel.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna seek this out. We're gonna link. I'm gonna find it. and We're gonna link it in the description down below.
Man, it is a rough time. I just like you just hear me like, dun.
Yeah, please. I'd like, because honestly, I like hardcore matches. I've sucked. It sucks that it wasn't a bad match for you. Like the dude messed up, but
I
like
hate hardcore matches. I can't.
that's what. That
Well,
was,
when we came up to Uprising 11, we were gonna walk around talking to all the guys beforehand. Like, hey, excited for tonight? Nope. Nope.
and I also got one more question from Josh.
Yeah.
Why does Mavis
Yeah, why does Mavis like kicking
babies?
Yeah.
Mavis has this problem with anyone that's younger than him. He hates.
Same actually.
How
Yeah.
old is he?
I I think he's like my age. I think he's 22, 23.
That's not a lot. That's a.
He doesn't like anyone younger than him.
Yeah.
So
Like, kicks
you're
babies.
saying since I'm older than him, I should kick him when I see
Yeah.
him? Okay, cool.
I challenge him for his citywide
Hey,
title.
if you're
No.
listening to this, he gave me the okay, so I'm only doing it because of that. Please don't hurt me.
That's funny.
Mavis is cool. The baby kicking thing was just like kind of.
I don't think I've ever actually seen this. Are we talking like how Gene Schnitsky used to like boot like fake babies into like the crowd?
It's on the.
It's not his fault, by the way.
No, it's not. It's it was on my vlog, right? So we talked about it. Well, he got thrown into a pole, and when he hit the pole, his feet kept going, and then he kicked someone, and he's looking up, and he's like, "All right, I kicked someone," and everyone's running to it, and he's like, "What the hell? Why is everyone running?" And then he sees like a stroller, and he's like, "Shit!" And he called it post-abortion. Yeah. I was like,
Is he heel? He's not heel.
After that
He's not
point, yes. I don't think
he is.
You can't kick a stroller and try to still come out and be a babyface after that. At that point, your career is written for you. You are now just like the dude who kicked the baby. So
Not only kicking a stroller, but then coming up with a term afterwards.
Yeah.
It's a pretty like.
that's
I asked him about
branding.
it.
Branding.
He just became my
Selling
new favorite
t-shirts.
wrestler of all time.
Dude, you throw that on T-shirts and you're just gonna print money. So
Jesus.
unbelievable.
that is,
Jesus.
Coming from Audio Suplex Live next week.
No. Let's get the first T-shirts out first, and then we'll talk about that one.
Oh, jeez.
That's crazy. Is that so? Was that at a show? I'm assuming. Like
yeah, we were at the show in Fremont, and we were tagging, and
for LPWO.
yeah,
Yeah.
we were tagging, and I mean, it just happened. I hit a Blue Thunder bomb. Because we have this deal where like I set him up for it, he pushes the legs, Blue Thunder, he jumps outside and squashes whoever's out there.
Yeah.
But he missed the if you watch it,
I'm gonna have to go back and check this one out.
he misses the rope and like
Oh
bends in
no.
and with so I mean it wasn't a good time for
That's
him.
no, that sucks. Especially now that he has to be heel.
He's such a good wrestler though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I mean, that kind of freak stuff is just bound to happen. Like
Yeah.
even with your best wrestlers in the world, you're
Yeah.
gonna have stuff. It's not an exact science. It's
yeah. Sometimes stuff just happens.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
I do have a question. What promotions are you wrestling with currently?
Not too many.
Where can we see you wrestle other than NOW?
I think it's LPW, NOW, and then I'm trying to get into XI. So I've just
it's Detroit.
I've just been I wasn't able to go because I was injured, and if I went and I didn't help set up the ring, I'd feel like garbage, just because I couldn't move. Like I had to lay down all the time.
Yeah.
So I just went to XI yesterday, and I'm gonna start going there more and more and more, and just try to make my way in.
That's awesome.
You know, because that's just how it is.
Are you here in Toledo? Is that where you're located?
Yeah, I live in Perrysburg.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I just moved from Fremont. So.
Oh, gotcha. Nice.
Welcome.
Yeah. Do you have anybody like on your radar, both in like so now that you're working like XICW and you're working LPW, so both on like a local scale and like even like on if even you want to go as big to like the Fed if you want to, like who were some dream matches that you would have for yourself? Somebody who you haven't locked up with yet.
Jake something is one of my guys that I really want to go against. Dave and Jake.
Oh yeah,
those guys. Yeah. I saw. I haven't really got to watch Jake because I've just never like seen him.
He never did. Jake ever come to NOW?
I don't know.
I've seen Dave here.
Yeah, Dave. I don't think Jake's.
I don't know if Jake.
I don't know if I've ever seen
Jake
wrestle live
I might
before
have missed
either.
him. But Dave, I really want to lock up with, and I was supposed to lock up with him, but again, I got injured.
Yeah.
Man.
So which sucked because he's cool.
He's
and
stupid good.
Yeah.
Like
Jake,
everything that's happening with them is like deserved.
Oh yeah, he definitely works his butt off, and it's cool to see stuff like that. I mean, me and him don't like we're not like best friends and stuff like that, but I mean, seeing him grind like that, even with Jake and what's that guy's name? Abraham. I don't know how to say his first name. He has that crazy hair. He's in TNA.
Oh, Sammy Calhoun. Is that what you're talking about?
Is that what they call him now?
Who are you talking about?
Are you
No,
talking
it's not Sammy
crazy?
Callahan.
He said crazy hair.
No, like it's like puffed out.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. He's in the X Division tournament they're doing right now.
Okay.
I can't remember. I know who you're talking about. His name is escaping me.
Him,
right now.
he's cool. Those guys definitely. I love to see people like that I've seen, even if I'm not close. Just go far, and it's awesome. I want to lock up with. Oh, I was talking about Jake. I got to see him work yesterday against Gavin Quinn. Gavin Quinn, I'd like to wrestle too. And man, I couldn't keep my eyes off the screen. Like I forgot to vlog it.
Idris Abraham.
Yeah, there we go.
Idris Abraham. Yeah,
I don't know how to say his first name.
Yeah, he's super good.
He's really good.
He's a Corey guy.
He is?
Yeah, he's not Tony Nese, but he's a Corey guy.
What does that mean?
There's nobody gonna top Tony Nese in your book.
Jinder Mahal's up there. I don't know.
He's no Tony Nese.
That's true. He's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of indie for like Fed. I'd love to go against Zayn.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Sami Zayn and
always exciting matches.
Yeah, I'd love to just learn from him because that's who I watch. Like I see him. There's a little thing we picked up on when he enters the ring. He does his own thing, but when someone else comes in, he's in the corner. He's sitting down. That's their time.
Yeah.
So I've picked that up from him, and like
I've noticed that with you. You kind of like when we were doing the ladder match, you come in and you kind of like off to the corner.
Yeah.
You really didn't get into the fray until like everybody kind of like
started doing that stare off, and then you were like, oh, all right.
Yeah, like I just let everyone like if they're gonna argue, I'm not here to argue. I'm here to fight.
Yeah.
You can complain all you want, but then when I see people's fists start clinching up and people getting close, all right, now it's my turn
now
to
it's
get
time to
in.
square up and go.
Like there's no point in wasting energy on talking.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan. That's why I don't cut too many promos.
Yeah.
I just like to fight. That's
awesome. All right. Well, yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, no, I'm stoked. This is a good episode. So,
oh yeah.
So, where can people find you for bookings and for social media?
Check out your vlog.
Yeah.
Everything is Perez Wrestler.
Okay.
Like Instagram, YouTube, Facebook.
Which we have links
Twitter.
down below in the description of this for your YouTube and Twitter. So
it's all just Perez Wrestler.
Is that what we're supposed to do?
Yeah.
If you Gmail me, Louie Perez Wrestler, that's where I take all my bookings.
Okay.
Or Facebook, whatever.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, I try to keep everything the same. I don't want to have like 6 different names,
right?
Because then you just can't find me,
right?
You know?
Right.
So I just got the YouTube link. I had to go through so much.
We don't even have a YouTube link yet.
I'll have
you have to have like
you
so many
afterwards.
subscribers or something like that.
No, you just gotta apply for it and stuff like that.
Dang, we need to look into that.
Yeah. So now it's like youtube.com/Perez Wrestler, and that's like my vlog channel.
We're getting schooled by someone else.
No, that's awesome. No, that's Louis.
I'm on my phone.
Having the same name across everything is literally just branding. Like, it's just you're branding yours, and that's what a lot of the guys I don't think realize is like when you're an independent wrestler, when you're a up and coming podcast, when you're anything that you're independent and like in charge of what you're doing, you have to brand yourself. You have to like build the brand around you. You have to build the image. You have to build like what is Louie Perez like, and you're doing a good job of like building what that image is.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find out what I am to like my wrestling style. I don't know what it is, but Dre's been going into my matches and he tells me I'm pretty much like an old school with new school strikes. That's
I like
pretty
that.
much what I am. And the vlog, it just kind of adds something else onto me.
Yeah.
And I really want to get my vlog up and just subscribe and stuff like that. Like I wanted to get it huge where I can travel the world and everyone on my vlog can see me traveling the world.
Yeah,
wrestling in different places and stuff like that. Like that's the goal right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's definitely sounds like something I would want to watch, like behind the scenes of the wrestling, like how it all goes down.
Yeah,
for sure.
Sometimes I'll catch some heat about it, but it's like, man, I mean, you got to take chances sometimes.
Absolutely.
You know,
you do what you want to do. Do your thing.
So let's do all the plugs. So we got NOW Uprising 12 coming up this coming weekend, August 5th. I can't remember. I looked at the card. You're on the card, no?
I was on the card, but I'm not
no.
anymore. I was supposed to face Movado, and I'm sure I'm going to hear something from Movado about it.
Oh, no.
Sorry. But, I mean, I have this high school reunion.
Okay.
And I bought my tickets and all that other stuff months ago. Okay. A long time ago. So I'm not trying to lose out on hundreds of dollars.
That's understandable.
So I'll be at the 19th one. That's my birthday.
Okay.
So I get to do Keepers Fest. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Keeper Fest. Yeah.
I think it's a charity show, maybe.
No, the charity show's after that one. I think it's like September 9th or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So a little later on in the month.
I try to wrestle on my birthday all the time.
That's awesome.
It's kind of just like it's awesome. I love it. That's a Keepers Fest, and then I'll be heading up to XI every time I can on Sundays. Right now I don't have a job, so I'm kind of just going out,
taking whatever bookings you can really get.
Yeah,
getting
like
out there. And
I was thinking of heading down to Rockstar, but I mean, I would much rather me talk to someone than me just showing up. You know, what I mean?
Right.
I don't like just showing up because then it's like one seat less.
Yeah,
for the fans. You know, so
right.
I think that's all on my plate right now. That's all I got.
That's awesome. So if you guys want to follow Louie and follow like his travels and his exploitations, you guys definitely make sure I subscribe to the vlog. I try to check it out whenever a new episode comes out. Make sure you guys are subscribing to Louie's vlog. Make sure you guys are following him on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Get at him if you guys are listening and you're a promoter and you want to book Louie. Yeah, so we got a couple things to plug for ASL real quick before we get off the air. We will be at NOW Uprising 12 this coming Saturday, the 5th. Make sure you guys are there. If you guys see us at the show, like, come up and say hi to us. Come, you know.
We might have T-shirts.
We will very well possibly have T-shirts.
I'm going to need to grab one of them T-shirts.
The first official Audio Suplex Live T-shirts are coming out.
Sick.
Oh, yeah. It's going to overtake the NWO T-shirt as, like, the best T-shirt in professional wrestling.
Maybe.
You can only have it as long as it's one of your walkout shirts one day.
We're actually...
yeah, we should get some... We should see
if you're listening...
ASL faction.
It's not even my show, and I'm coming up with these ideas for you.
If you guys want to be in the official Audio Suplex Live faction, let us know. If you're a wrestler at NOW or at any indie fed and you want to come in and you want to be an Audio Suplex Live wrestler.
This is gonna be the new shirt.
Oh, that is sick! I like that with the selfie stick.
Yeah.
Oh, that is really
subscribe
cool.
or die. Yeah. I like that.
Like I want to.
You know what would look good on that? Is an Audio Suplex Live logo.
That look good on the back of an Audio Suplex Live T-shirt.
If the whole War Inc. thing doesn't work out, much respect to War Inc. But if you ever find yourself in the outs with them and you want to be the official start of the Audio Suplex Live stable,
I'd be down for that.
If not, I have a show called Erectile Dysfunction.
Nobody
We're always
wants
looking
to
for
be.
help.
No
it's like
literally a lot
I
of
just
help.
have my name, but it's like limp.
That's actually their logo. That's crazy.
I love that's how like the running gag with it. Everyone's like, "Oh, so it's just limp signal, right?" I'm like, yeah, it makes it easy.
So yeah, so we'll be there this weekend. You guys can also catch us next Sunday. We don't have an episode quite booked yet. We're working on it. We've got a couple of cool things in the pipeline.
Surprise episode next week.
The week after that, though, we do have a tournament special that we're doing to wrap up the G1 New Japan tournament, and then also as a preview of the WWE Mae Young Classic, we're gonna have James from one of our other sister shows, Chick Flick Picks, is gonna be in here. Big women's wrestling fan, so he's actually gonna be helping us break down the Mae Young Classic, and we'll be looking at the G1. The week after that is SummerSlam, so you guys can check out our big SummerSlam extravaganza. We'll have a lot of cool insight. Well, Corey and I will look back at our foolish picks.
Dude, I think I got some of these down.
Yeah, I think you did.
I got a couple matches correctly predicted.
If you guys remember, a couple weeks ago,
there was 3 pay-per-views between.
So like almost like a month and a half ago.
Corey, don't reveal your inside sources. Just stop it right now.
I'm just saying.
You know someone from the Fed, and he's like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get all these right.
He's
We
plugged
booked
in
it
direct
3
to
months
Connecticut.
out, or 3 pay-per-views out. We booked what SummerSlam was going to be, and I got like half the card right.
So yeah, it's
honestly sometimes with WWE, it's not that hard to look at their matches.
Some of my matches, I'm like, these guys aren't doing anything else on my card. Let's just put them all in a match, and then that's what happened. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I've seen the thing real quick. The one thing that I don't like about the Fed now is that when say The Rock and Stone Cold were gonna fight each other at SummerSlam, they would not touch each other.
Right.
Yeah.
At all.
Now it's like
now
a bunch
you
of
have
like
to
tag
see
teams
the match.
and
like that kind of kills it for me.
They're giving away John
If it's a
Cena
singles
versus
match-
Shinsuke Nakamura on free TV.
They're trying to get people to watch SmackDown, I bet.
Guess, man.
But if it's a singles match, they put them in like 3-way tag matches with other singles matches, and if it's a tag match, they do them in singles matches against people from each tag team.
I don't like that.
Same thing every week.
You got to build for something like that. Like
Agreed.
Yeah, people pay for the big match.
You guys need to come on to New Japan. Get on the train now.
I got to start watching some more indie stuff like that.
I'll send you some matches, man. I'll send you some stuff.
For sure.
To check out,
I watched. I was a huge Balor fan when he was Devitt.
Yeah. Yes.
And I think Dre showed me him, and the paint like drew me in. I was like, damn, This is awesome.
He's super sick.
Yeah. So when he got signed, I went crazy.
We saw. I posted Shinsuke Nakamura's entrance to Wrestle Kingdom 9. I think it was the other day
on Twitter.
Yeah, I said it was Corey walking into Chipotle. Anyway,
just holding on to like a bag, and he just.
Yep, there it is. All right, we're gonna get out of here. I think you guys got a lot of fun stuff to do on your Sunday with the rest of your afternoon. We appreciate you checking us out and joining us this week. Corey, where can everybody find you on Twitter?
Heel_Corey.
You can follow me at XDrTX, and make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, tell everybody you know about Audio Suplex Live, and also check out Erectile Dysfunction.
Yeah, have fun. Check it out.
It's a great show.
Yeah,
it's a great show.
I assume people over 40 won't subscribe.
Well, actually, that's the generation.
That's what we're trying to get at.
They're the ones Google searching that and accidentally clicking on the
I want
video.
them to accidentally follow and be like, they're going to help me with my problem. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well, for Corey, for Louie, for Sean, myself, and Joe, the best producer in all the land, we will see you guys next week. Peace.
Hey, this is Joe, producer of Audio Suplex Live. We'd like to give a shout out to the band Wax for intro and outro music. Make sure you check them out at the link below.
You've been listening to the Nerd Complex Podcast Network.